Oh, what up, folks? Jerky Jones here. So I arrived in Mar del Plata, Buenos Aires a couple of days ago, but not without some issues at the bus terminal in Buenos Aires. So this video is about bus terminal hell in Buenos Aires and how I got here to Mar del Plata and what I had to go through, okay? Stay tuned. You're gonna wanna watch this if you're leaving from the Retiro bus terminal in Buenos Aires, okay? All right, watch this. Okay, so let me start from the start. So first I had to go online and book a bus from Buenos Aires to Mar del Plata. So I did it a couple days in advance. Went on, it's like busboy.com or something. I can't remember. I should know. I can't remember exactly. Booked it, no problem. It was easy. You press your dates, where you're going, the dates, how many passengers, blah, blah, blah. Paid, no problem. Bus was booked. They sent me a ticket online. I was looking at the ticket. It said, you know, be half an hour early, 15 minutes early. It leaves at 9 or 8:30 in the morning, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, no problem. But it didn't tell me which platform or anything. So whatever, I figured I took an Uber to the bus terminal in Buenos Aires, the Retiro bus terminal. It's right downtown. And I got there, and first off, it's effing huge. It is really big. And then, so I got there and I walked in. I was like 40 minutes early, half an hour early, you know. And I'm looking around, and at the airports in Buenos Aires, there's Spanish and Brazilian and English on all the signs. But at the bus terminal, it's all Spanish. There's no English signs anywhere. So I was walking and kind of looking, and again, there's like 80 platforms or 70 platforms of the buses. So I was looking at my ticket and it didn't have a platform number. And I was like, okay, like where am I going? So I looked, they have these screens with all the arrivals and departures of the buses, right? Kind of like an airport. So I'm looking and I'm looking, reading the terminal, like the screen, and I don't see my bus. I don't see the time, I don't see the company, I don't see anything. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, where am I supposed to go? What's going on here? So I was starting to get a little nervous, and at the whole time is ticking down. You know, it's a huge bus terminal. I'm walking up down. Now I got like 15, 20 minutes before my bus leaves. So I'm like, okay, checking. The company the bus is Andesmar, A-N-D-E-S-Mar, Andesmar. So I'm looking, I'm not seeing any Andesmar bus, like ticket stations, nothing. And so I asked this guy that worked there, I'm like, hey, I said, like, do you know where I catch the bus? He's like, no, I don't know. And then I said, do you know if there's like an information like spot where I can get some information? He's like, oh, down there. So I'm like, okay, right at the very end. So I walk all the way to the end, and I get to the information booth, and there's no one working there. It was empty. And I was like, shit. But there was a little phone, and it was like, call for information. But me, I don't speak Spanish. I need to use my translator app and show people the words so they can read it. So anyways, I picked up the phone, and it just automatically rang, and the person was like, hola, blah, 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 in Spanish. Didn't know what they said. And so I just had it translated. I said, Andesmar bus to Mar del Plata, que plataforma? What platform? And she said, platform 28. That's all I could hear. Platform 28. But she said a whole bunch of other stuff, but I didn't understand any of it. So I'm like, okay, platform 28. So I go to platform 28, and I'm looking around. I'm not seeing anything. Now it's like my bus leaves at 8:30. It's 8:30. And I'm like, okay, I'm here. I don't see anything, nothing. So I go to these guys that were wearing vests, like working there. And I asked the one guy, I said, hey, like with the translator app. And I'm like, hey, I gotta catch this bus, like, do you know? And he was like, oh, platform 22. And I'm like, 22? I said, the lady at the information said 28. And he's like, oh, it could be 22 to 28, any one of these. And he said, this is all through translator app. And it was kind of confusing too. He was like an older guy, and it was a little much, but he was like, the bus is late. He said, the bus never arrives on time. You don't know when it's gonna come. So I'm like, okay, great, lovely. Like, it's supposed to be here right now. Where the hell's my bus? I don't know what's going on. So I was he could tell I was getting a little nervous and stressed and stuff. So he texted, he said, go wait at Terminal 22 or Platform 22. He said, I'll come and get you when your bus arrives. So I was like, okay, thank you, gracias. So I went, I sat down, I'm waiting and waiting. And I'm waiting and waiting. And all of a sudden I see a bus come. And it's Endesmar bus. And it says Mar del Plata. And then he came up. And I was getting up, and he said, this is not your bus. He said, this is the, 8:45 bus. He said, your bus is the 8:30 bus. He said, your bus is late. This is not your bus. So I was like, okay, like, I'll take your word for it. I hope you're not screwing me over or something. So he left, and I was like, I just got to go check anyway. So I walked up to the bus driver. I showed my ticket, and he went, no, not your bus. So I'm like, okay. So I sat down. And then like 10 minutes later, another Endesmar bus pulls in, and all of a sudden the guy was right there, and he's like, hey, he's like, the guy that was helping me, he's like, that's your bus. And I was like, muchos gracias, thank you. Cause he was helping me, you know, like as best he could. And he kind of put my mind at ease a bit. So anyways, then I got on the bus and here I am. So it was all good, but it was stressful. And it was so busy at the bus terminal, and it was so hot. And like I said, there's no information. You're just kind of running around with your head cut off. But my advice is just to keep asking people. Find people that work there and ask. If you can't find where your bus is, if you don't know what's going on, just ask, keep getting people pointing in a direction. Eventually you will get to where you need to be for whatever bus and whatever time it arrives. But it was stressful, and I really didn't want to miss it, you know, but we got it. And then, so, part two. So, I'm here in Mar del Plata, but I leave back to Buenos Aires in a couple days. So I was like, well, I should book my bus ticket in advance, so I got it booked, you know. So this morning, I go on that BusBud website again, and I booked, you know, I put in all the info, leaving Mar del Plata on the 24th, arriving in Buenos Aires, you know. And I went to book it with my card, and it was processing, and then it said, oh, could not process your payment. So I'm like, okay, so I tried again. Could not process your payment. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I just used this app 2 days ago, worked fine, same everything. And then so I logged into my bank, and it charged me the price of the bus ticket. And I went, what the fuck? Like, it took it out of my bank. And I said, what the fuck? I was like, but I never got an email confirming, I never got nothing. So of course, you can't talk to anyone, you know, it's all AI on the app. So I was like, so I went to the help, contact us, and I just typed in like, hey, I booked a bus, and it charged me, but I never got a confirmation. And it went, oh, this is just a placeholder. We took your money, but you will get it back in a couple days. I was like, what the fuck? Right? Like, and it said, try again. So I tried one more time, and it didn't work. So I ended up having to walk 20 minutes to the Mar del Plata bus terminal. I walked in. This time I could see all the kiosks for the ticket booths, you know. And there was Endesmar, Rasta bus, all these different Chevalier bus, whatever. So I go up to the Endesmar one. I typed on my translator, and the lady was very nice behind the counter. And I said, like, I seen online there's a bus that leaves at 9:30 on the 24th to Buenos Aires. I would like this one. And she's like, okay, no problem. So she brought me into the booth because I couldn't hear anything. It was so loud. She brought me in, and I gave her my Alberta ID, Alberta driver's license. She used that as my info. Asked me which seat I wanted, bacata, something, I can't remember, seat in Spanish, it's like that. And got the ticket, no problem. She printed it off, I paid. And then I noticed on the ticket, there's no platform. Again. So I said to her, I said, ¿Qué plataforma? What platform? ¿Qué plataforma número? And she said, 1 to 15. She said, you gotta listen and look for the bus. She said, it's gonna arrive between platform 1 and 15. So I was like, okay, gracias, muchas gracias. So I said, thank you. And I have my ticket. So on the 24th, I gotta show up, you know, nice and early and keep my eyes open and go through this again. But it's, this bus station's a lot smaller. It should be fine. I'm not too worried. But anyways, folks, that's my video. bus platform hell, bus station hell in Buenos Aires. Just keep calm, show up extra early. That's all I'm gonna say, so you can find your way, ask people. But yeah, that's something you may run into. That's an issue you might have, but it's not the end of the world. You'll get through it. Anyways, folks, thanks for watching. I hope I didn't ramble on too much. I just wanted to make this video to share my experience. Anyways, my time in Mar del Plata has been amazing. Still got 2 days left. Gonna make the most of it. All right, thanks for watching, folks. Jerky Jones. Vroom, vroom. Adios. Peace.